YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews. Back in here with one more video. Guys, you clicked on the thumbnail, you clicked on the title, you're looking at it. You understand exactly why I call this meeting here today. It's time to get active. Shout out to YouTube content creator Manosphere Highlights Daily. Guys, if you're not subscribed to this channel, go over there and subscribe. You're going to do yourself a great service in doing so, all right? Just uploaded a video. How much proof do you need? Why men walk away. Now, this is going to be a compilation video as what all the videos on the Manosphere Highlights Daily channel is. So let's get in. Let's get with it. Without further ado.
And if that means I'm single for another 2 years, then that's what it is. Because the person that is for me is going to take me right now at being a little over 300 pounds. Because then in the future, when I look at you, I can say you deserve me now at my best. Because this isn't my best. My best is yet to come. But you should earn and deserve me at my best.
Whoa. Okay, this is the pure and utter delusion. So for somebody to expect to be taken now at morbidly obese, because then that means that if you don't want to take me now, then you don't deserve me at my best later. Oh, is absolutely insane. A mentality like that. I mean, that's like me trying to sell a product on a market, right? In competition with healed products, with complete products, and me selling a product where the wrapper's all messed up, it's bulging about the sides, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit cracked and a little bit open. People walking by you as a product on that shelf will not choose you. They're gonna, because you look contaminated, okay? The product on the shelf. But they will choose the product that suits their needs at that particular time in life. How dare you? Like, you're setting up that product is going to get better with age and use, right? Like, you're going to be able to take it home and all of a sudden it's going to heal all the warped portions of it. At the end of the day, if that's what your expectation is and your expectation is not a part of reality, that's not how people think about things, and there's no amount of shame you can instill into somebody. Let me not say that. There's very gullible men out here, but there shouldn't be an amount of shame that you can instill into somebody to force them to choose you. That's not how this thing works.
And that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to put the work into people that don't look like they're worth the work.
But that's such a red flag, because the same argument can be said for your body. Right, like you said, the problem is people don't want to put in the work. So the work only applies to a man wanting to be in a relationship to you? The work doesn't apply to the treadmill?
How much proof do you need?
Oh, that was just the intro?
I'm curious, because I don't think that question has ever been asked. What are black women willing to do to save the black community?
Nothing.
Okay. What has the question ever been posed to black women?
I will say, I think in a roundabout way, yeah, it has, and I'm still doing. I still have my Facebook. I still get out within the community. Black women aren't willing to do anything, and I keep saying because they're able to get certain types of validation and they're able to make the money. I hear for
why
what?
Change it?
Like, why would I?
How much proof do you need?
Yeah, why change it when you have the power? I mean, I get it. Like, you don't want to relinquish the power. You don't want to relinquish the control. So I get it, because especially within the black community, this is absolutely a matriarchal society, you know, especially at a 70% single mother rate that's raising young men and young boys. I mean, young girls and young boys. So, but I get it. I mean, what community in control wants to relinquish power? So, okay.
I'm not saying we should have a special victim status, but our circumstance is different. We are women. We are less.
You're 24 years old. Is your circumstance harder or easier than your grandmother and your great grandmother?
Exponentially easier. We have access to information we didn't have.
Exponentially easier, but you're handling it worse. Your grandmother, your great grandmother actually could work with a black man with more trauma.
Because they understood that the black woman.
Let me pause it right here. Watch Kevin's face as the young lady walks herself into a corner. Just keep watching Kevin's face because he knows what she's about to say at the point that you start to see him smile. Watch this.
And the black man are on the same side. Now that we are all free and independent and we could do whatever we want to, why would we seek to, be one with the black man? We even think that
Thank you. Clip it, slice it, put it on World Star. She said it, not me.
How much proof do you need?
It's so insightful to grab the answer out of people by asking questions, just question after question. It's brilliant the way that he does it. Absolutely. Let's keep going.
Able to go on social media as a woman and you can post pictures and you can get all the validation and attention you need for whatever that time frame is, and you rinse and you repeat. When you're not able to get the attention on a certain form of social media, you go to, if you can't get it on Facebook, you go to Instagram. If you can't go to Instagram, you go to Twitter. If you can't go to Twitter, you go to Snapchat. After you do that, and let's say you still didn't get enough attention, you can go to Tinder, you can go to Plenty of Fish, you can swipe right, and it's instant. And then she's able to have her affirmative action job, and she's still able to make a certain amount of money and drive whatever kind of car and live. She can be in debt.
Let her finish.
People act like if women are going through a certain thing that they care about these things like normal society, and it's just not the case. They don't care.
How much proof do you need?
So I'm currently not dating for the first time ever. I've always been dating, always as in like on apps and stuff, because I don't like to be alone. I like the attention. Whenever I start to feel insecure, I would go on the apps and have someone call me pretty, not force them, but someone's gonna call me pretty and just feel good about myself. Like, okay, I'm good now. But I want to get to a stage where I don't need that.
How much proof do you need?
Man, there's so many of us that need therapy. The first girl too, I was kind of harsh on her, but to be to that level and stage of delusion, that first girl, you need legit professional help. And I'm not trying to be snarky or anything like that. But then to watch this and see how you get your fix of ego boost, of validation by going on dating apps and wasting people's times. Wow.
I wish that
I remember
he
this.
was my boyfriend again.
This
I don't
was
necessarily want to
embarrassing.
be single, but I miss the single life. I miss the text messages for no reason.
Watch Boris.
I miss the coming up from behind me when I'm scrambling eggs and just kissing me on the back of the neck.
I still do that, Boris. I still do that.
Nasty.
How much proof do you need?
The trappings of being single. Okay, you two are really good looking people, okay? And you're married. And we're married. There's people that flirt with you. And the part of the flirtation doesn't make you necessarily go wayward, but part of the flirtation that even makes you look
wayward. He said wayward. Look, keep watching Boris. Oh God, he's like, please stop embarrassing me with your truth. Stop embarrassing me. Us single guys are paying attention. We watching shit like this, and we like, that can be my future. You know what? This PlayStation 5 over here looks like it's a lot better of an option. Let's keep going.
your phone is, or in your workspace, is that they have like a freshness or a newness. And I personally believe that if you're in it for the long haul, that freshness and newness is still possible if you talk about it. Be like, look, I know we talk about like kissing and texting for no reason, but the last time you text me was over like, the cabinet guy.
How much proof do you need?
I envisioned the type of man I wanted. I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that I love, and we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope, women, ladies.
Here's the thing with that is that nobody's perfect, but to have the confidence and the audacity within an interview to disrespect your significant other like that, to me, it really shows the state of the union that we are in. I mean, it really shows what this is, this complete and utter disdain, and at the end of the day, you can't really comment on the relationship without really understanding it like that. But like what I can comment on is the discrediting of someone else and the way that you did it, the body language that you did it, the mannerisms that you did it, and to have him stand back like that, like knowing that if he was to react in a situation, he would be painted as the bad guy. So what else can you do at that particular junction? Single dudes are watching. How much proof do you need?
How much proof do you need?
Women do complain, my husband's always on me. Why is he always on me? Mm-hmm. If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on men?
Well, who's to say I pushed anything on anybody?
Well, we know that you pushed monogamy on me.
I pushed monogamy. I forced you to get married to me?
Gaslighting.
Time out. I didn't say you forced me to get married, but did you not say to me that you wanted to be engaged and you wanted to be married before you lived with me? You didn't say that?
I want $1 billion. That don't mean I'm going to get it. I can want something,
asking,
but not.
You right now you're dodging the question.
Nobody pressed you to do it. Yes, is that something I wanted? Yes, it was. But
you didn't press me. Are you going to lie now to the people because we're talking about sex?
I did a whole reaction on this video. I might leave a link to it in the description box down below. What I said in the original video is this exchange right here is what brings dudes to deep seething anger. It's when you take a clearly logical statement, right? And you're talking logically about if this then that, right? Like 1 + 1 equals, and then to bring it from the question to I forced you to get married to me. It's just that's what just makes our goddamn heads explode completely and utterly. Now, meanwhile, I've listened to their podcast since I've seen this. I actually like, I think it's called the Deadass Podcast, Kadeen and DeVal. I like watching it from time to time, but mostly for the dude because I feel like he's super logical. So it always intrigues me to be that logical, but then to still go down that path. It just interests me to understand the perspectives. So let's keep it rocking.
You're gonna lie now to the people?
DeVal, knowing
Come in, you didn't want monogamy?
Of course I did.
So then why are you avoiding the question?
That's not avoiding the question. I'm saying, does that mean because I wanted and I requested that you were gonna deliver it? Like nobody pressed you for that.
Time out, you just said you wanted it and requested it. Do you not hear yourself?
I can make a request. Is the request gonna be granted?
That's up to you, bro. Am I not granting you monogamy?
Wow.
You are granting it to me.
So how much proof do you need?
This is my question. If you wanted monogamy,
okay,
why would you want monogamy if sex is a chore for you? That's the question. You're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question, but at first you said women or in general me specifically are pushing monogamy on somebody. Okay, yes, that's something that I wanted, but I didn't press you for it and be like, DeVal, I'm gonna hold a gun to your head to propose to me.
Time out.
Also, let me finish. Also, I don't feel like I was adequately prepared for marriage. And I've said that before because if I knew that marriage and monogamy was going to involve me trying to meet you where you were at sexually for years to come, then I probably would have reevaluated it if I wanted to be monogamous anyway.
How much proof do you need?
How could you not know that?
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves, but me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it and I'm is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not looking. You're not even. But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off,
because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God.
fair.
I mean,
because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
I want you guys to just consider real quick, like, you know, you get married to the love of your life, you get on bended knee, you are a multi-millionaire, you never get caught in a scandal ever. There's no one even tied to your name. Bump getting caught because of something that you did wrong, but there's no one even tied to your name. And then time and time again, she goes on public platforms and continues to embarrass you. That's who you're stuck with for the rest of your life. Make sure, gentlemen, when you're making these decisions in your 20s, you were doing so knowing fully the capability of your significant other, because that is horrendous branding. It might be good for traction to get people's eyes up on you, but notice how they seem to have put a cork in her public appearances dealing with relationships. Okay, because there's obviously some hurt, some pain, some trauma there, dating someone who's an international star. But, you know, to compare what he gets when he's done the work, he's the talented one, compared to what you get. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a reason, a biological reason why women are groupies and men generally are not. Not all. There's some men groupies out there. But there's a reason as to why that occurs. So to watch your husband get that validation and attention, which he probably doesn't crave because he's man, but then to see you doing it on a public platform, talking about what you wish that you want, that you wish that you could get these dudes sliding up in your DMs, and it sounds as though you missed out on having a hoe face. It's interesting how that happens. But again, how much proof do you need? Let's keep it going.
Your radar's turned off. Right, you're beautiful. Don't ever think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Entanglement.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody.
You.
Your husband.
Oh, that's you about to say her.
You mean Will Smith? How much proof do you need?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with
Oh, he's a cold
August.
brother.
That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
How much proof do you need?
What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good.
Eggplant
it
salad.
had been so long since I felt good.
Oh, how much proof do you need?
That being said, if you are broke and I choose to deal with you, I will belittle you. It is what it is. And
Shout out to the cruise season. I believe I was the first one to actually review this video and bring it into the space. So it's good to see it, making its rounds from different people's perspectives. But that's the power of this miniature economy that we are forming. Bring some content into the space, and then there's benefits from not only a knowledge perspective, but also an ad revenue perspective. It's fascinating to see. So shout out to the cruise season one more again.
And I reserve the right to do that.
How much proof do you need?
She's insane.
I care about
what's in
this contract with Black America for women, and it's not. We're not mentioned at all in the contract with Black America. And
You are mentioned. I mean, when you mention black people, you're mentioning black women. So don't count yourself out. Yes, you are.
That's like administration say that when they
Black people is not black women. Black women are not included in black people.
It's logic.
No,
The answer is yes.
How much proof do you need?
The answer is yes, but you get the sprinkle of bullshit emotion on top of that. The answer is yes. That should have been the answer.
Definitely be, I think that testing needs
Another
to be
one
mandatory.
that I brought in here.
It should be mandatory because it's like this.
Slinging your dick around that you won't be scared about. Who's pregnant
It's not about us.
You may have a partner right before me.
Exactly.
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense that people could be using that time to do other things. Like, you could be saving a life. You could be in a hospital saving a life.
What's so interesting, so every time I see that clip, it fascinates me to have that decision-making capability. But the first thing that I think of is that you want to you think it's ridiculous to allow the government to pay for mandatory testing. However, from a government perspective, there are avenues and systems put into place to allow for early termination of pregnancy. So it's just so interesting is to see why one is put on a pedestal, but then the other is not. So fascinating. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop the video right here. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box down below. Make sure you go up and you finish the video. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out again to Manosphere Highlights Daily. I love doing this video right here because the majority of the content I have seen, have done a reaction to already. So it's like damn near a blast from the past. Shout out, my brother. Keep on creating over there. Questions, comments, concerns? Gotta already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. How much more proof do you need? Shout out to my Patreon as well. We have over 650 members in the building, growing and grinding each and every day. Last but not least, I got a Patreon. I got an Instagram. I said the Patreon. Instagram at Mediocre tutorials and reviews. There's a link to it down in the description box down below. Click on that link. It'll go right up to my Instagram. Click follow. I'm going to start doing some content up there. Would wholeheartedly appreciate your support. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.